When I was in middle school, I always would remember getting phone calls at school saying like my mom was like rushed to the hospital, was constantly in and out of hospitals or going into cardiac arrest.
My mom noticed that she was having some issues with her heart and she would be fainting a lot. In 1992, she received a heart transplant at the age of 32.
She went on to live almost 28 years with that transplanted heart. In 2015, she had a triple bypass on that heart. That gave her an extra 5 years of life. In 2018, I found out I was pregnant, and I was definitely high risk, and my ejection had dropped to 45%. That shows you how much your heart is pumping blood to the rest of your body. They wanted me to have protection. So I had to leave the hospital wearing a wearable defibrillator. They told me that I would only wear it for about a month. That month turned into 9 months. And it was a struggle. I just had a baby and I was unable to breastfeed because, God forbid, if I was breastfeeding and I went into an arrhythmia and it would shock me, it would shock my child.
My sisters and my brother and we had the same condition, which was dilated cardiomyopathy. When my brother passed away, it was very shocking. That could happen to my brother, it could happen to myself or my siblings. In 2019, I arrived at the hospital with a 5% heart function, and that's when they had mentioned to me that I would need a heart transplant. At that time, I was very scared and nervous. I didn't know what my life would be like after that. My family would make the trip to the hospital every day to cheer me up and be there for me and just for support.
When my mom passed away in 2020, it was just a hard time for all of us. 2 years before that, my brother had passed away from cardiac arrest. So just having the support of my family, I'm just grateful we're always there for each other.
My family has helped me so much during all the scares and the hospital visits and the surgeries. Just having their support truly helps me keep fighting. In April of 2019, they wanted me to have a surgery to have an ICD implanted. I was continuing to have these arrhythmias. So my doctor decided that it would be in my best interest to have an ablation done.
I was very scared for all of us that we all had this condition. So I was taking the medication for several years, then I got an ICD implanted. My family and I feel very honored to be part of the Go Red Luncheon. Not only does it raise awareness, but it also can potentially save lives.
It raises critical awareness for heart disease, raise funds for local chapters. So it's very important to have these kind of events so people feel like they have a place to go and they have someone to talk to.
The resources that the American Heart Association has for families that go through heart disease is incredible. There's a whole community out there that's there to support you, and you're not gonna, fight this alone.
With the loss of my mom and my brother, I feel like I'm obligated to live for them and just do the best that I can to voice my thoughts about heart disease and help as many families as possible. Siblings and I wanted to start a foundation, a nonprofit for him, and it's called the Thomas Makhoul Foundation, and just keep his name alive. Heart disease doesn't discriminate. It affects the young, the old, women, men, all over the country.
I have a little girl now who I need to live for, and I think about my mom and how she lived for us. And that's how I want to live my life for my daughter.